featuring the Bad News Beaters taking on Skate Riot Project. And we are just about to get rocking and rolling, so let's kick off those rosters for you. Starting with the Bad News Beaters, skating in those blue jerseys, 0-0 Bully Holiday, 0-1 Goldie Knox, 1-0 Frida. Number 2-2, that is Whacking Gibbous. 3-1 2x4s. 3-3-8-1 Hella Naughty. 420 Mustang Alley. Number 5 is Sunny. Oh no! 5811 Sunspot. 633 Mary Morphosis. 710 Gale Satan. 718 Ragin' Beige. And skating tonight for Skate Riot Project in the green jerseys, 024 Cuddy. Number 13 F-Bomb. 222 Demi-Automatic. 394 Punky Pie. 422 Stella Blue. Number 45 Axel. 59 Squeezer. Representing the 602 Phoenix. Number 7 Skatey Katie. 808 Jeez Louise. And 88 is Ms. Murder. All right, who's ready for some roller derby? All right, get in, locked and loaded. We are just about ready to start. If you're new here and you're looking for the ball, you're not going to find it because there isn't one. Keep your eye on those skaters wearing with the stars on their helmets. They are the ones that score the points. Whistle blows. That is Satan with the star for the Beaters up at the top of the pack. Facing off against Axel for SRP, and it is Axel who is out first and picks up lead. Satan also out of the pack, so going to put that pressure on Axel, looking to pick up some points and call it off. Able to get all 4 on that first scoring pass of this game. Reminder, this is the final game of our season. We will be back at it with all the action next year, probably in February. Keep your eye on the AZRD socials to find out more about next year's schedule. All right, whistle blows. Demi-Automatic out very quickly, picks up lead for Skate Riot Project. That is 2 leads in a row for SRP. That looks like Morph wearing that star for the Bad News Beaters. Morph getting knocked out, recycles back, coming on in. Gonna give it another shot. Demi now on a scoring pass, getting some assistance from Punky Pie. And Demi now through, almost through for 4. Looks like Demi might have gotten bumped out. So just to be safe, goes on back. Now those 4 points are going up. Morph out of the pack, and Demi calls it off. So a lovely little 35-ish second jam. All right, we are ready now for jam number 3. F-Bomb with the star for Skate Riot Project. Mustang Alley wearing the number 7 of Skatey Katie for the Bad News Beaters, pardon me. And it is F-Bomb who's out first, picks up lead, looks to get some points and calls it off. It appears that, yes, there was a jammer penalty at the end of the jam. So Mustang Alley sitting over in the Night Owl penalty box. And we're having an official timeout, it looks like. Yes, official timeout. So we'll let you know what's up when we know what's up. And this is a power jam. Power jam. Jam de poder. In favor of Skate Riot Project and the real Skatey Katie out there on the track wearing that star for Skate Riot Project, able to get out first and pick up lead. And looks like Ms. Murder also going over to that Night Owl penalty box. And Skatey Katie tried that inside lane. Denied by the beaters blockers. Goes to the out, then bounces back to the end. And decides to call it off. Was able to get all 4 points on that scoring pass. So 4 more points going up. Skate Riot Project now sitting at 17. Beaters looking for their first points. This might be their opportunity. Gail Satan on the track for the Beaters. Axel for Skate Riot Project. Beaters blockers getting locked in. Ready for Axel. Skate Riot Project blockers rolling on back. And a timeout called. Oh, timeout called. Looked like we needed a pivot on the track for the Beaters. So handled that situation. Shout out to our sponsors. Night Owl sponsor of the Penalty Box. Our goal is to provide superb New York-style pizza by the slice and smash burgers within a warm and eclectic atmosphere, served by a friendly and welcoming staff. Check them out at nightowlaz.com. All right, that whistle blows, and here we go. We are back at the action. And Satan out just ahead of Axel, who is also out of the pack. Satan coming around quickly, although the pack is also moving quickly, already in turn 4 and back at that jam line. Satan looking to pick up points and gets one. Calls it off before any points added to the SRP score. So 17-1, still a lot of derby left here in this game. Full packs on the track. Night Owl penalty box is empty. Whistle blows and we're at it. Mary Morphosis with the star for the beaters. Demi-automatic. First Gate Riot project. Demi-automatic looking to find some space to get out, being contained by Sunspot, Goldie, and Sunny. And Morph knocked to the inside, recycled by Ms. Murder. We have had a successful star pass to Punky Pie. Punky Pie looking to get out of the pack, passes Helen Naughty, finds space on the inside and is through. However, Punky not lead, and another star pass, this one to Helen Naughty. So both our pivots, now the jammers, and that means this will be a full 2-minute jam. Naughty's through for 4. Punky got knocked to the inside, recycles back, but is through for 4. Just under a minute left here in jam number 6. Naughty letting her teammates know what is needed as she goes from the middle to the end, is bumped off the track. Naughty and Punky both through for 4. 8 points so far in this jam for both teams. Punky looking to find some space to get around, but Naughty taking it all up. Now they're going into the straightaway, picking up some speed. Woo! Little bit of a tumble down here. Both skaters up, though. Everybody looking good. 2 points at the end going on the scoreboard for Punky Pie. So a 10-8 jam in favor of Skate Riot Project takes that score 27-9. Skate Riot Project hanging on to their lead. Still a lot of time left. Whistle blows. F-bomb with the star for Skate Riot Project. Mustang Alley for the beaters. And it looks like Phoenix going to that Night Owl penalty box. F-bomb out first. Designated lead. Alley now also out of the pack. So going to put that pressure on. Whistle blows. That ends the jam. 3 points going up for the beaters. Skate Riot Project not able to pick up any points on that jam. Score 12-27 in favor of Skate Riot Project. Gail Satan with the star for the beaters. Skatey Katie for Skate Riot Project. First time we have seen this matchup of jammers, and it's Skatey Katie who is out first. Satan with a lovely little apex jump at the top, but does get knocked to the inside. So recycles back, but now Satan is out of the pack. And Skatey Katie calls it off, able to pick up 2 points before that call off. Hold the beaters scoreless. Whistle blows, and it's Gail Satan again with the star. And Axel also wearing that star for Skate Riot Project. And it's Satan. Satan out first, picks up lead. Axel has removed the helmet cover, but knocked to the inside. Recycle back being contained by 2x4 Goldie and Gibby, but a helmet cover pass did not happen. Oh, did happen, excuse me. And Cuddy now wearing that star for Skate Riot Project. Helenati in the Night Owl penalty box. Satan with 12 points already on this jam. 4 going to go up for Cuddy and Skate Riot Project. A lot of time left in the jam. And Satan calls it off. Picks up 1 point on that last scoring pass. So a big 13-point jam for the Bad News Beaters. Take that score 25-33. Now just 8 points separating these two teams. And as a reminder, before this jam, there was 17 points separating these teams. Demi-automatic with the star for Skate Riot Project. Metamorphosis for the Bad News Beaters. And Demi getting a cut track call. Going to head over to the Night Owl penalty box. Morph out of the pack. Designated lead. So now Morph coming back. Getting stopped by Punky Pie, but able to get some offensive assistance and out of the pack. So 4 going up for Skate Riot Project. 4 points between these teams and a scoring pass happening now. Morph with a couple to beat coming up against Stella Blue, Ms. Murder, and Jeez Louise. Morph looking to find some space. Frida getting in there to bust things up. Open some space. Demi-automatic now on the track, has flown the coop and looking to bust through, but being denied by Sunny Ono, Bully Holiday, and Sunspot. Frida getting in on that blocking action before returning for some offense. And 1 to beat for Morph. Nope, now it's 2. And Morph calls it off. Just as Demi gets out of that pack. And a timeout being called. This is an official timeout. So quick review, but score right now 29-33. And after the final points are added, it's a tie game. All right, next whistle starts the jam. And there we go. Mustang Alley for the Beaters is out first. Picks up lead. F-Bomb, though, also out of the pack. Going to put that pressure on. We are tied right now, so next point will break that tie. Pack moving very quickly all the way up at that pivot line. And Alley busting through, calling it off, picking up 1 point, and that means we have a lead change. It's a lead change. So Quick Jam breaks it up. All right, 34-33 as we start jam number 12. Gail Satan with the start for the Beaters. Katie for Skate Riot Project. Katie getting knocked to the inside by Naughty, recycled back, comes back up, gets knocked out, and recycles behind Goldie. And it is Satan who is out first and has picked up lead for your Bad News Beaters. Katie now also out of the pack, so puts on that pressure. Satan calls it off. So a 38-33 score. Still about 14 minutes left here in this first period. All right, whistle blows and we're at it. Axel with the star for Skate Riot Project out very quickly. Mariamorphous is wearing that star for the Bad News Beaters. Has passed it to the pivot Frida, who is now jammer. Frida looking to find some space, but just being shut down by Skate Riot Project's blockers. 4 points have gone up for Axel. Frida in the second straightaway, now able to get out of the pack. 4 more going up for Skate Riot Project. That's 8. That means we have another lead change. It's a lead change. Score 41-38. A minute left on the jam clock. Frida through for 4, and that means we almost had a lead change, but Axel got 4 points almost at the same time. So now it is 45-42. Continuing to run the clock. And Frida now scoring on a scoring pass with a few to beat. Axel also on a scoring pass, calls it off. Frida able to pick up all 4 points, 3 going up for Axel and Skate Riot Project. So Skate Riot Project able to hang on to the lead obtained earlier in this jam score, 48-46. Just 2 teeny tiny points separate these two teams right now. Whistle blows, and that is Mustang Alley with the star for the beaters, Demi-Automatic for Skate Riot Project. Mustang Alley pushing forward at the top of the pack, has a couple to beat. Looking for some space on that outside lane, but gets knocked out, so must recycled back. 2x4 going to the Night Owl penalty box. Demi-Automatic still battling those beaters, blockers. Bully Holiday, Ragin' Bajin, along with Sunspot, just holding it down, making it very difficult. And Allie able to move forward, but gets a cut track call. Oh, a bevy of beaters in the Night Owl penalty box as 2x4 was just released, but Allie and Sunspot both in that penalty box right now. Ragin' Bajin with a nice hit to Demi-Automatic, but picks up a penalty for her effort, and jam has ended. Woof! That one was a battle. Skate Riot Project putting up 3 points. Mustang Alley was released from the Night Owl penalty box, and beaters going to start down 2. So pack advantage for Skate Riot Project, who have F-bomb with the star. For the beaters, that is Gail Satan. And F-bomb able to high step it up that inside lane, is out and has lead. Gail Satan also out. So pressure is on. F-bomb knocked to the inside, recycled back by Helenati. Cuddy with a nice hit there to Goldie, looking up to open up some space for F-bomb to get through, and successfully achieved as F-bomb through for 4, going to call it off. All right, we're back at that action. Axel wearing the star for Skate Riot Project. Gail Satan for the Bad News Beaters, and Satan sent to that Night Owl penalty box is now out. Axel with lead. Satan through on the initial pass. Axel now looking to pick up points. It's going to get a couple. Let's see. Looks like 2. So just inching up on that lead is Skate Riot Project. Score now 57-49. 8 points separate these two teams as we have a timeout being called by Skate Riot Project. All right, that whistle means we are back at the action. Mary Morphosis with the star for the Bad News Beaters is out of the pack as lead. Demi-automatic with the star in hand for Skate Riot Project. Morph getting knocked to the inside, recycled back by Ms. Murder. Demi knocked to the outside, recycles, and coming in. Now moving from the in to the out, looking to find some space. Is getting denied by Ambulance as Morph is through on the inside, adding 4 points. And there it is, Demi-automatic now out of the pack, putting that star back on the helmet. And Morph pushing, looking for some space, looking to get some assistance. And the jam ends with Demi-automatic in the penalty box. So that does set up a power start for Gail Satan and the Bad News Beaters. Score 53-57. About 5 minutes left here in the first period. Satan going to the outside, up on the toe stops, pushes through to the in and is out for lead. Gail Satan coming around looking to find some offensive assistance, following behind Sunspot. Almost through, getting stopped. Ooh, stopped by Murder and then chased down by a Skate Riot Project blocker who does knock Satan to the outside but also goes out. So Satan doesn't need to recycle. Satan now back around, makes that apex jump attempt but does not quite land it, so recycles back, then is tracked through by Murder. Another hit out, but the blocker goes out. So Satan stays on the track and is continuing around. Demi-automatic now out of the Night Owl penalty box on the track. Has passed that helmet cover to Punky Pie, who is now jammer for Skate Riot Project. Satan through for 4 more. 12 so far on this jam. Still plenty of time left to put up some more points. And Punky just being shut down by Sunspot, Sunny Ono, Ragin' Bajin, and 2x4. As Satan, picking up a penalty call. So Satan now in the Night Owl penalty box. Skate Riot Project blockers able to put all their effort into offense, helping Punky to get out, but not in enough time for any additional points to go up. So this is a 13-point jam for Gail, Satan, and the Bad News Beaters, which means we have a lead change. It's a lead change. Bad News Beaters now up by 8. Whistle blows. It's F-bomb with the star for Skate Riot Project, out pretty easily on that outside lane. So F-bomb with the lead. This is a power start. Beaters blockers unable to line up in time to catch F-bomb, who got through for 4. Gail Satan out of the penalty box. Now looking to get out of the pack. And jam has ended. 8 points. Oof. Put up by Skate Riot Project. Just 1 point separate these two teams with 2 minutes left in the first half. Who is here for the Bad News Beaters? Let's hear it, Beaters. All right, give it up if you are here for Skate Riot Project. Let's see what happens here. Just under 2 minutes left in the first period. Whistle blows. That is Mustang Alley. Out first, picks up lead for the Beaters. Axel wearing that star for Skate Riot Project. Axel now also out of the pack. So pressure on as Alley coming up, looking to pick up some points. Finds space on the inside, skates through, flips around, and calls it off. Alley able to get 3 points and hold SRP scoreless. Score now 69-65. About a minute left. Going to be just under a minute when that whistle blows. All right, whistle blows, and here we go. That is Mary Morphosis out first, does pick up lead for the Bad News Beaters. Skatey Katie wearing that star for Skate Riot Project has removed the helmet cover, perhaps considering a star pass. Hangs on to it though, and is able to get out of the pack. However, picks up a forearm penalty. So Skatey Katie going to the Night Owl penalty box. Mary Morphosis on a scoring pass. Looking to find some space, looking for some offensive assistance. Calls it off. Did get all 4 points there before the call off. So going to extend that lead, 73-65, 8-point lead going into the second half. So Skate Riot Project started off with 3 or 4 jams in a row where they picked up points and held the beaters scoreless. But as the game progressed, the beaters able to continue to add points. So we are going to see what happens in the second period. How will Skate Riot Project return? What will happen during halftime? Let's find out in 14 minutes. Hey, make sure you go outside, check out the food truck if you're here on site. Go get something to eat, get some snacks from our juniors, and we will see you back here very soon. All right. All right, everybody, we are just about ready to get started with the second half of this game. Before we do, I want to give a huge shout out to all of our officials. Thank you, officials, for being here tonight. We could not do this without you. Ms. Behaven, Kit Ruff, Sayrar, Unsure Man, Babe Tovin, Sweet and Sour Candy, Anthrax, Prickly Parish, Hatebit, Razorcat, Just a Bill, McWinkle, Manasaur, Morgan, and Colonel Angus. Thank you to all our officials. Also, big shout out to our medics over here, keeping us all safe. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And let's get back at it. Hey, give it up. Are you here for the Bad News Beaters? Who thinks we're going to see a Skate Riot Project comeback? All right, it is time. Let's see what happens here in the second half of this exciting matchup between the Bad News Beaters and Skate Riot Project. Whistle blows, we're at it. That is Gail Satan with the star for the Bad News Beater. You may remember Skatey Katie ended the first half in the Night Owl penalty box, so that is where she will start this second half. This has been a power start. Skatey Katie now back on the track, though, entered the track with that helmet cover in hand, perhaps considering a pass, but hangs on to it, and Gail Satan calls off the jam, picking up 4 points. So starting off, the Bad News Beaters with a lead and 4 points, score 77-65. Whistle blows, and we're back at it. This time it is Demi-Automatic getting out first for Skate Riot Project. Mary Morphosis, starting as a jammer, has passed the helmet cover to Ragin' Bajan. Ragin' Bajan now out of the pack. Demi putting 4 more points up on that scoreboard. Going to call it off before Rage is able to get to the pack and add any points. So 8 points going up for Skate Riot Project, cutting the Bad News Beaters lead to just 4 points. Mustang Alley up that inside lane. Out first, has picked up lead. F-Bomb wearing the star for Skate Riot Project, looking to find some space. Slipped on the track, then got knocked to the outside. Recycles back and is back on. Finds some space on the inside and is out of the pack. So Allie hearing from the bench to call it off before F-Bomb gets to the pack. So 3 points going up for the Bad News Beaters, score 80-73. Still a lot of derby left. Looks like the Night Owl penalty box is empty. So full packs on the track, and whistle blows. That is Axel with the star for Skate Riot Project. Out of that pack very quickly with lead. Satan looking to get out of the pack. Chased down by Stella Blue, though, is out now. So Satan going to put that pressure on as Axel skating through to pick up points, able to get all 4 before the call off. So a 4-0 jam for Skate Riot Project, keeping them within 3 of the Bad News Beaters. Whistle blows. Metamorphosis with the star for the Bad News Beaters. Skatey Katie for Skate Riot Project. Oh, a beautiful apex jump there by Skatey Katie, who is out and has lead. Metamorphosis still looking to get out of the pack, has removed that helmet cover. A successful star pass. And Rage getting a cut track call. Skatey Katie picking up 3 points, and we have a tie game. An official review being called by the Bad News Beaters. I am going to guess that it has to do with that cut track call on Rage. I don't know. Hopefully they'll tell me, and if they do, I will tell you. In the meantime, give a shout out to our sponsors. Thank you to all of our sponsors. At CrossFit Full Strength, we are more than just a gym. We are a community built on strength, inclusivity, and support. For 15 years, we've helped athletes of all levels train smarter, move better, and build lasting fitness. Find out more at CrossFitFullStrength.com. All right. As I speculated, the beaters were looking to have that cut call rescinded on their jammer. The officials did not agree with that, so call stands and they lose their official review. Whistle blows and action begins. Axel on the track for Skate Riot Project. This is a power jam. Power jam. Jam de poder. A favor, in favor of Skate Riot Project. Axel is out first, does have lead. Axel coming back, looking to pick up some points. Is stopped by the beaters and now through. So 4 going up. That means we have a lead change. It's a lead change. Ragin' Bajin now out of the Night Owl penalty box and very quickly able to get through the pack. So an initial pass completed by Ragin' Bajin that is going to put the pressure on Axel, who is able to pick up 2 points before that call off. So 6 points on the jam going up for Skate Riot Project to extend their lead to just 6 points. We still have 24 minutes left here in this game, so a lot of time as we get ready for jam number 7 here in the second half. That is Mustang Alley with the star for the Bad News Beaters. F-bomb for Skate Riot Project. Alley pushing forward at the top of the pack, coming up against Jeez Louise, and Skatey Katie gets bumped out. Oh, it looked like F-bomb might have gotten out first, but did pick up a cut track call. That means we have a power jam. Power jam. Jam de poder. In favor of Alley and the Bad News Beaters. However, those Skate Riot Project blockers going to do all they can to shut down Alley and suck up all the time. So far, being very successful. That blocking squad of Skatey Katie, Punky Pie, Jeez Louise, along with Squeezer, able to kill all of that time. So well done by Skate Riot Project's blockers, preventing the Beaters from taking any advantage there during that power jam. Although F-bomb has picked up a second jammer penalty here in this jam, so we have another power jam. Oh, but there has been a star pass, so Frida now jammer for the Beaters. Frida through on a scoring pass, going to pick up 4. This will be a full 2-minute jam. F-bomb on the track. F-bomb through. That was the initial pass, though, for F-bomb. So no points going to go up for Skate Riot Project. 8 going up for the Bad News Beaters. And friends, that means we have another lead change. It's a lead change. Bad News Beaters 2 points up on Skate Riot Project. Skate Riot Project do have 1 blocker in the Night Owl penalty box, setting up a slight advantage to the Beaters. And it's Gail Satan with the star for the Beaters. Axel for Skate Riot Project. Cut track call, though, on Axel. That means we have a power jam. Power jam. Jam de poder. And Gail Satan out with lead. Satan coming back around. Now in the pack on a scoring pass. Satan going from the outside to the inside, getting stopped by Cuddy and Phoenix. Gonna bounce back out. Goes to the inside. Falls, but gets right back up. So recycled back by Cuddy. Satan looking to juke it out. Goes to the outside. 1 to beat there with Skatey Katie, who is able to knock Satan to the inside. And with Axel back out on the track, Satan calls it off. Satan was able to pick up all 4 points on that last scoring pass. Scored 92-86, just under 20 minutes left here in the first half. Big thanks to our sponsors helping keep all of our skaters safe. 187 Killer Pads, industrial strength materials, unmatched ergonomic design, unparalleled excellence. Find out more at 187killerpads.com. Mary Morphus is wearing the star for the Beaters. Demi-automatic for Skate Riot Project. Ragin' Bajin tracking with the Demi-automatic, being supported there by 2x4s, just containing Demi in at that pivot line, preventing that forward momentum. And Morph likewise being stopped by the blockers of Skate Riot Project. Morph knocked to the outside by Squeezer, recycled back. Oof. All the action there in turn one as Morph is knocked to the inside, recycled back by Ms. Murder. And Morph now pushing forward in a tripod of Punky Pie, Geez Louise, and Ms. Murder. 2x4s floating back, offering some much needed offense, which allows Morph to get out of the pack. Cut track being called on Demi-automatic, who is still in possession of that helmet cover. That means we have a power jam. Oh, but look what's happening. We're going to have a little jammer do-si-do switcheroo as Morph goes to the penalty box and Demi is released. That means we will have a full 2-minute jam. Demi wasn't in that penalty box for very long, so neither will Morph be, who is also on the track. Night Owl penalty box seeing a lot of action in that last jam. Now is empty, though, as we start jam number 10. Elevating Derby safety standards with cutting-edge technology, 888. Check them out at 888.com. All right, there goes that whistle, and it is Mustang Alley, wearing Skatey Katie's number, who is out first, has picked up lead. F-Bomb, wearing that star for Skate Riot Project, scored 95 to 86. A little over 16 minutes left here in the second half. Looks like a back block call on Mustang Alley. So this is a power jam. Power jam. Jam de poder. F-Bomb. Still looking to get out of the pack, looking for some offensive assistance, and passes it. So now a jammer for Skate Riot Project is Phoenix. Phoenix now back at the pack. This is a scoring pass for Phoenix and Skate Riot Project. Phoenix battling from the inside to the outside through the pack. 4 going to go up. Scored 90 to 95. This will be a full 2-minute jam. A little over 30 seconds left to go in the jam. Phoenix busting through the pack. 4 more, and it is a 1-point difference. Mustang Alley with some spinning in that pack. Goes down on a knee, but gets right back up as a multiplayer being called on Demi-automatic. There's 4 more points. We have a lead change. It's a lead change. Skate Riot Project picking up 12 big points. And oh, look at that. 4 points going up for the beaters. So we have another lead change. 99 to 98. Give it up for these skaters. Keeping it close. 14 minutes left in the game. Gail Satan with the star for the Beaters. Axel for Skate Riot Project. Satan at the front of the pack, pushing on Punky Pie, and Skatey Katie is able to get out, is lead. Axel also out of the pack, just moments behind Satan. Satan asking her teammates to move forward, able to burst through on the inside lane, pick up 4 points, and call it off, extending that Bad News Beaters lead by 4. Now 5 points separate these two teams, getting ready for jam number 12. Whistle blows. Metamorphosis with the star for the Beaters, and it's demi-automatic. 2-2-2 out quickly, has lead. Morph looking to find some space being shut down by Ammunitia. Beaters blocker Sunny Ono going to the penalty box. Looks like there was a no earned pass on that scoring pass by Morph. So 3 points going up instead of the usual 4. Now going to get all 4 points. So a 7-point jam so far for Skate Riot Project, which means we have another lead change. It's a lead change. Successful star cover pass to Rage and Bajan. So Rage now jamming for the Beaters, and Rage finding lots of space on that outside lane is out of the pack. This is lots of people from Skate Riot Project doing some coaching, yelling for that call off. So 3 points going to go up for 3 more going up for Skate Riot Project, who are now sitting at 112, a 9-point lead over the Bad News Beaters. A massive 14-point jam there in jam number 13 or 12. Jam number 13, that's what we're looking at right now. We got 2 Skatey Katies on the track with the star. However, it's the original who is out first and has picked up lead. Skate Riot Project with the lead. Mustang Alley still looking to get out of the pack. Gets bumped to the inside. Recycles back as Skatey Katie is through for 4. Alley looking to find a way, looking for some assistance from those teammates who now are focusing on the blocking and containing Skatey Katie. Bully Holiday tracking nicely there with Skatey Katie, who is now through for 4. Ambulance going to the outside, running into a solid block there with Squeezer, which allows time for Ms. Murder and Punky Pie to join Squeezer and set up a solid tripod. 4 more points going up for Skatey Katie and Skate Riot Project. So 12 so far. Still a lot of time. And Frida receiving that star pass. Now jammer for the Beaters. And with that pressure on, Skatey Katie calls it off, does pick up 4 more points before that call off. Massive 16-point jam for Skatey Katie and Skate Riot Project. Just checking, I do believe that is the highest scoring jam of the game. And yes, it is indeed. Axel with the star for Skate Riot Project. Gail Satan for the Bad News Beaters. All the skates stompity stomping, and it's Axel who busts out first, has lead for Skate Riot Project. And Satan, oh man, had gotten out of the pack, it looked like, but all of that edge work on the outside lane, and Satan got a cut track call. So 4 points going up for Skate Riot Project. Skate Riot Project putting up 34 points in the last 3 jams and holding the beaters scoreless during those jams. So beaters taking a timeout. You can expect zealous and effective advocacy on your behalf at MA Munson Law. Our mission is to provide exceptional legal representation in the areas of adoption, estate planning, corporate law, and criminal defense. Find out more at mamunsonlaw.com. And there it is. That whistle blows. F-Bomb wearing the star for Skate Riot Project. This is a power start as Gail Satan is in the Night Owl penalty box. F-Bomb bouncing from the out inside to the out is denied by Ragin Bajin, who is able to send F-Bomb back for that recycle. 2x4 sliding back. And still not enough to prevent F-Bomb from picking up lead. The 4th lead in a row for Skate Riot Project. Gail Satan out of the Night Owl penalty box. Looking to get out of the pack, is knocked to the inside by Ms. Murder, so recycled back. Satan coming back up, contained by Skatey Katie and knocked to the outside, so recycled back. 4 more points going to go up for Skate Riot Project and F-Bomb. That's 8 so far on this jam, taking it to 42 unanswered points here in the second half. Ragin Bajin with a timely hit knocks F-Bomb to the outside, who calls off the jam. 8 points for Skate Riot Project. Score 140 to 103. About 6.5 minutes left here in the game. Demi-automatic with the star for Skate Riot Project. Mary Morphosis for the Bad News Beaters. Demi-automatic. Able to get out first. Makes some space on that inside lane and has lead. Morph going to the outside. Pushing forward on the Skate Riot Project blockers. All the action over in the second straightaway. Morph coming up against That looks like Ammunisha, Cuddy, Stella Blue, Phoenix all getting in on that action as a star pass goes to Frida, now Jammer, for the Bad News Beaters. So Frida out of the pack, going to put that pressure on. And Demi going to the inside. Frida able to get 4 points before the call off. So a 4-4 jam, score 144 to 107. 5 minutes left here in the game. And we have an official timeout. All right. Yeah. So Skate Riot Project was asking for an official review. They were challenging the number of points awarded to the other team's jammer. The ref said we got the points right, and you lose your official review. So there you go. And because that was an illegal call-off by Demi Automatic, Demi is in the penalty box. That sets up the power jam. Power jam. And it's hella naughty wearing that star for the Bad News Beaters. This is the first time we've seen naughty jamming in this game. And hey, if there's any time for a naughty jam, it's right now. As Naughty out first, picks up lead. Naughty with 1 to beat, coming up against Squeezer, able to find some space on that outside lane and is through for 4. Demi-Automatic now out of the penalty box. However, the SRP pivot, Skatey Katie, is in the Night Owl penalty box. Demi able to get through the pack, so initial pass is completed. Next time Demi gets to the pack, it'll be for points. Naughty continuing on. Night Owl penalty box is empty. A little bit of time left on that jam clock. Naughty able to get through the pack. Demi-Automatic looking to pick up some points. Penalty for Goldie Knox, who's going to go to that Night Owl penalty box. Seconds left on the jam clock. Naughty looking to get some more points as time ticks off. 3 points going up for Naughty. Demi-Automatic able to get all 4 points on that scoring pass. So 122 to 149 is your score. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the game as Frida going out on the track with the star for Bad News Beaters. Going to face off against Axel. Axel for Skate Riot Project. There is one beater in the penalty box. It's Frida. High stepping it up that inside lane, is out and picked up lead. Axel had removed the helmet cover, able to get out of the pack, so going to put it back on. As Frida puts up 4 points and ends the jam. 126, 149, 23 points separating these teams. And a timeout is being called by the Bad News Beaters. Whistle blows. It's Frida with the start for the Bad News Beaters. Skatey Katie for Skate Riot Project. Both teams jammers battling it out, looking to find some space to get out. Skatey Katie slightly ahead at the top of the pack, however, being contained by Goldie Knox along with Sunspot. as Frida out of the pack has picked up lead. Skatey Katie now also out of the pack. Frida able to find some space on the inside lane. Through for 4, calls it off, but not quick enough as Skatey Katie also picking up all 4 points on that scoring pass. So score now 153 to 130 as time is ticking away on the game clock. Helenati with the star for the beaters. Axel for Skate Riot Project. The Night Owl penalty box is empty. Whistle blows. And everybody locking it down on that jam line. Now seeing some forward movement. Naughty there on the inside. Looking to push back. Does get knocked to the inside. So gonna recycle back. Here's some whistles. Looks like ammunition going to the penalty box. And Naughty able to get out of the pack. Does have lead. Star Pass has been completed on Skate Riot Project. So Phoenix now jammer for Skate Riot Project as Naughty adds 4 points. 2x4 and Sunny Ono containing Phoenix, who is battling to get out of the pack. Sunspot getting up on that action. Stella Blue set up as Naughty came through, slowing down Naughty. Naughty knocked to the outside. Gonna call off the jam. Naughty picked up 8 points on the jam, taking that score to 138 to 153. No time on the clock. That is an unofficial score. Officials are still chatting it out. We might see a little movement on the... Nope. And there it is. Let's give it up for our winners tonight, Skate Riot Project! Huge shout out. Oh, it looks like the non-skating officials are waving at the head official. All right, everybody, come on down. Line up along that red line. Give a high five to these skaters as they skate on by. And thank you so much for being here with us tonight. We hope to see you at a future game. Remember, we have Cactus Cup coming up in March. It'll be at Ability 360 in Phoenix. And we have more Arizona Roller Derby games coming up in the spring, later this winter. So make sure you follow us on the socials, check out our website, and stay tuned for more. Thank you again for being here with us. Have a fabulous night. Drive safe.